Alright, the back end of information that I have is finally coming to light. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on more cool deck list, more relevant metagame deck list. This is the level 1 turbo deck that I was literally freaking out about 2 weeks ago. When I saw this come out of the Extravaganza, I was like, wait a minute. So Yashan has long since covered this. I actually forgot I had this in my notes. So we found it, and it's pretty cool. So you can reveal 3 level 1 monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent adds 1 to their hand, you add 1 to your hand, and you shuffle the 3rd into the deck. So what level 1s we got? So we have Infinite Lyricalisk, some Kinkaboyo, some DD Crow. That's it. This is the extent. And of course, Nerval. So we're going to search for some sort of combo piece here, and we're going to just combo off on the opponent because it's what we want to do here. We're basically Tri-Brigade Lyricalisk. This is basically the prototype to what is coming. We do have Kit coming here very soon, which means that once Kit comes to the TCG, you're going to see a whole new world for this deck. Alright, so this got, what, I think it was 33rd place out of the Extravaganza. So we have triple copies of Fractal, triple copies of Nerval Boy, 2 copies of Karis, triple copies of the Turquoise Wobbler, 2 copies of the Cobalt Sparrow, and the 1 copy of the Sapphire Swallow. The fact that this combination of things makes the stupid assembled Nightingale, and then just is basically protected, your opponent's just going to stare at this and go, what am I supposed to do about this? Like, what do you want me to do? And then you just troll them because you're just going to make the Zeus anyway, and then you're just going to beat face. Because that's how this deck works. We have 2 copies of Kinkaboyo Machine, triple copies of DD Crow, 1 copy of Mr. Alpha, and then we have 1 Storm Winds. Keep in mind that this is all Wing Beast, so you're going to have 0 issue getting to the Simorgh, which is going to put the Barrier Statue on the field, or the Apex Avian, depending. You got options available to you, whichever pool you want to go down. And then your opponent's just going to have to deal with either a negate or Storm Winds just bashing their face across the ground. We also have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Gamma, and 1 copy of the Psyframe Driver. Spells, we have 1 Foolish Barrel, triple copies of Tenki, triple copies of Jack in the Hand, because, like I said, giving your opponent the level 1 for you to search the level 1, yeah, it is a +1 to the opponent, not like it inherently matters, but it's still level 1 tutoring, man. Like, yeah, you can give your opponent a bad card so you can get a better card, like revealing these 2 and then something else. Like, it just depends what you're going to give them. Maybe they're going to take the Nerval, I'm not sure, but either way, it is technically a deck thin +1, so I guess. We also have 1 Call by the Grave, 1 for 1 Feather Duster, and 2 copies of the Forbidden Droplet. Extra deck here we have 1 Omega, 1 Zeus Machine, 1 Assembled Nightingale, and the 1 Recital Starling. Remember, you can use this to go search for our dear friend DD Crow. 1 copy of Linkaribo, 1 Simorgh, 1 copy of the Havaskia, the Desperate Doom Eagle. So this thing gets 2400 attack while your opponent has no monsters in the graveyard. Quick effect, you can banish 1 from your opponent's graveyard. Or it shuffles it back into the deck. This card is actually freaking absurd. Like, I've lost games to this thing being 4800 attack on a Link 3. You're just like, what am I supposed to do about this? We also have the 1 copy of the double Dragon Lords, because you can generically make this. 1 Apolloso, 1 Heartbeat Conductor, with the 1 Rugal, 2 copies of Shirag, and 2 copies of Frigette. Side deck here we have 2 Droll Knockbird, 2 Nibiru, 1 Pankratops, 1 Dark Simorgh, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 evenly matched triple copies of the Solemn J-Man, 1 copy of the Red Reboot, and 1 copy of Imperial Order, wrapping up your chunk of deck profile, at least for this interesting contraption. Next up, we have ABC. I'm sent all kinds of interesting ABC lists. I think in another video, I have a going second list. This was recently sent in to me. Said he was doing very well in testing with this. And I was like, all right, I see you. So I guess we have to show love to ABC. This deck is very underrepresented this format. I don't think anybody and their mother has tried doing this deck as of recently, with the welcome back of Dragon Turd. This deck just really has gone underneath the radar, and I'm not quite sure. Well, okay, the format has just been not kind to this deck whatsoever. So we have 2 copies of A Assault Core, triple copies of Ashwood Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of Bee Buster Drake, 2 copies of the Sea Crush Wyvern, 2 copies of Ghost Bell and the Haunted Mansion, 2 copies of the Gold Gadget, 1 Photon Thrasher. Remember, this is still going to be your... You open this, a gadget plus another monster to extend out, you're really just good to go. Triple copies of Gamma for those negates, 2 copies of the Silver Gadget, 2 copies of the Skullmeister. You do have to play this right now. It's either this or Bell, it's your choice. Either or is fine. 1 copy of the Union Driver, you know how good this card is. 1 copy of Dark Magician, 1 Driver, and 1 Red Ice Black Dragon. That is a lot of brick, but at this current juncture in the format, you just don't have much of a choice. You really have to bulk down on this stuff. It's the results, all right? Like, yes, playing these bad cards gets you better results, but, I mean, your trade-off is their bricks, so good versus bad. We have triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, 1 Red Ice Fusion, 1 Terraforming, triple copies of the Triple Tactics Talent, triple copies of Unauthorized Reactivation, and triple copies of Union Hanger. Extra deck, we have 1 Union Carrier, of course, 1 Verte Anaconda, 1 Platinum Gadget, 1 Crusade Avramax, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP Mascarena, 1 Barricade Borg Blocker, 1 copy of Apollosi, 1 Access Code with the 1 Abyss Dweller, the 1 Red Ice Dark Dragoon, and triple copies of ABC Dragon Buster. Side deck here, we have 1 Pankratops, triple copies of the Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Nibiru, 1 copy of Harpy's Featherduster, triple copies of Lightning Storm, 1 copy of Mind Control, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment, wrapping up a very interesting take on the whole ABC concept. And like I said, I know a lot of people that have been messing around with this. They haven't found much success. I think I've seen 2 lists so far that have had really any luck, actually. So kudos for this, all right? And last but not least, I believe that this was also from the Extravaganza. I believe that, yeah, this was the Cyber Dragon list, or the inclusion of the Cyber Dragon cores into this deck. So basically, you're going to use the cores to add a card with Cyber Dragon in the name. So you just use these to recruit for the Cyber Emergencies. They're a different use for your normal summon, which is actually kind of cool, I guess. So, I mean, yeah, you can get to the Manju off of the Ben 10 to search, but it also depends on how you open. So if your hand isn't that good, it is what it is. Also, we have the Amorphacta Pain. So we have 2 copies of Cyber Dragon Core. Of course, we're playing the really bad Dawn Knight because we don't have Diviner and we don't have the Drytron monster yet. Once we get the Exceed monster, I think we'll do some different shenanigans. But for now, we're Union carrying out Dawn Knight. We have triple copies of Alpha Thuban, 2 copies of Delta Alteus, 1 copy of Altanin, and then 2 ripple copies of Aldhyba Zeta. We have triple copies of Herald of Orange Light, 1 purple for the stupid in-perm negates if they're around, 1 Manju, triple copies of the Nibiru Machine, 1 Vanity's Ruler, and 1 copy of the Amorphacta Pain. And then we have triple Ben 10, still best card in the deck, 1 Natasha, 1 copy of the Draconius, 1 Necros of Trishul, and 1 copy of the Saravis. I haven't seen this in a while. 1 Call by the Grave, triple copies of the Cyber Emergency, triple copies of Fafnir, triple copies of Drytron Nova, with 1 copy of Foolish Burial, 1 Feather Duster, the 1 Metanius, and then the triple copies of Preparation of Rites. Extra deck here, we have 1 Union Carrier, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP Mascarena, 1 Herald of Mirage Lights, 1 Geonato Transverser, 1 Cross Sheep, 1 Apollosi, 1 Access Code, 1 Assembled Nightingale, 1 copy of the Kinkan Kingashi Funsho, 1 Downward, and the 1 Sky Thunder with the 1 Mega Fleet. The fact that you also have access to this through the cores is kind of cute. Then we have 2 Cycle Reader, triple Lancia, 2 Droll, 1 copy of Quadrantris, 2 Dark Hole, 1 Raigeki, triple Twin Twister, and 1 copy of Red Rebuto, wrapping up your chunk of deck profiles for this video. A different approach, some interesting things here, and I just like how the metagame has got this cool little different parts going for it right now. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys subscribe so you do not miss out on excellent content. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.